So I'm out here in the car because what the fuck, man? Spirit just be waking me up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm tired. But I guess fucking messages, right? Gotta. Well, let's see. Because right now I was just thinking that, well, what I was getting was humans nowadays, they think that they're so advanced with technology and whatnot, you know, like, oh my gosh, the newest headphones, the newest. Leadership and shared mission, people. Do y'all see that? The freaking, what are them goggles called? VR shits. Like, even, and I'm talking about even bigger things, like, you know, like the fucking government that's making new things for war and bombs and guns and all of this stuff, right? And I was just like, Spirit was telling me, like, that's literally like probably, I guess you could call it the tip of the iceberg. When the real power, the real technology, I guess you can call it, the good technology, the real technology, is us. We, you, me, humans. Okay? Because in reality, we're not really humans. We're spiritual beings living a human experience. Okay? So it's like people be like, or what are they called? Well, yeah, people be like, I got this gun and I can shoot it at you. But it's like, what if I told you that at the moment that you shot that gun, I can make that bullet drop on the floor, and while simultaneously squeezing your heart so that way you can't breathe and you bend down to the floor with just the blink of an eye. Or they be like, well, I got this bomb that can nucleate or annihilate whatever, a whole city. And I could be like, all right, what if I told you that with the snap of this finger, I can make the whole world burn down, excuse me. And with the snap of this finger, I can make it stop. Like, you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm trying to tell you here? It's just that humans have become lazy, I guess you could call it. Because let's say, like, I was thinking about the reason this whole thing started was because I'm like, why the fuck do people not talk about telepathy? Like, what is the fear around it? Like, why is it so taboo? Why is it so, like, to say, yeah, we talk through our mind? Or people be like, oh no, let's, you know, how do I explain this? Bitch, you don't gotta explain it, all right? You know it, I know it, we did it. Like, why does it have to make sense to anybody else? You know what I'm saying? Like, so then I was like, back in the day when there was no phones, when there was no nothing, how did we communicate with each other? They used to do like the paper cups, right? I just got that into my head right now. The paper cup with the little string, and then the paper cup where you go one paper cup and then somebody else. And supposedly the string can communicate, right? But that really never worked. But if you really think about the symbolism of it, it's the paper cup of your ear, and the string is like the energy that we are all connected to, because we all literally have a string to each other, whether we believe it or not, because we're all connected to one universal source. And that's how we would communicate, through telepathy. The only thing is that with telepathy, you need to be more in tune. You need to be more aware and be paying more attention, right? To be able to catch the message and to understand who the message is coming from or where it's coming from. Nowadays, they just, you know, We got that iPhone. You got the caller ID. You know who is coming. You got the fucking facial recognition and whatnot. You got the FaceTime. You know who's calling. You don't got to do nothing. Your brain really don't have to work. Like, oh my God. I remember when I was in elementary school, I had every fucking phone number memorized. Every fucking phone number memorized, bro. I'm lucky if I know my phone number. Now, why? Because everything is on this phone. Why do I have to memorize if it's on the phone, right? But let me tell you how a couple weeks ago, my ass got locked out this car with the phone inside the car. The keys were in the car. I had no phone to call nobody. And I'm like, shit, I don't know any phone numbers to anybody around me. So thank God that he sent one of his angels to fucking help me. Because I was literally asked out. Well, I wasn't, because God was with me. But you know what I mean? So imagine if we were all tapped in, right, into our inner self, our inner intelligence, instead of wanting to depend on outer intelligence to fucking do everything for us. Excuse me. It's like people think that you make it. I mean, yeah, because people want the easier way out. You know what I mean? Of course. But when you get something handed to you so easily, what does that make you? What are you becoming? If everything is handed to you on a silver platter, what are you becoming? What's the point of this existence then? Of this human experience? If we aren't becoming something in the process of whatever is that we call hard, you know. Damn, my light turned off, peoples. But yeah, it's like your light turns off because you're not adding to your fire. You're not adding to your flame, you know? But it's like, if you talk about it, you're taboo. Like, no, that's too much. Like, that's impossible. Why? Why is it impossible? Because somebody else told you that it was impossible? Why is it possible for it to be imagined in the mind, to make movies, to make shows, to make games, but it's not possible to make it in real life, like in reality? Why? Why is it possible just in the imagination, and just for it to come out as a story to say, this could happen, like imagine this would happen? But it could, because if you imagined it, you could. If you see it in your mind's eye, you can create it in your reality. First, it was made in the spirit, God said, and then he created it in the physical. So if you're imagining anything in your mind right now that you want, as crazy as it may sound, you can create it in this reality in one way or another, whether it be by drawing, whether it be by music, whether it be by one. And yes, you maybe say, okay, well, then they created it through a movie. Okay, yeah, they did. But you can also create it through, exactly. You can also create it through reality. Like, we got moon phasing cycles. We got to move out of the fucking old cycles of belief telling us that we can't do anything, right? Transform it with transformation. And then we have vision. Your vision. Okay, play with it. Revel and celebration. It's like having a childlike memory. A child believes anything and everything because it's a sponge, because it hasn't been programmed yet. So what if you tapped into your inner child and allowed yourself to believe that anything and everything is possible, because you are limitless? Just imagine how your life would be if you didn't put those bondages on yourself. And so it is, baby.